What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're in the garage because I got a package that got delivered right here. I'll show you guys at the end of the video. And as I was bringing it into the garage, I kind of want to get a little bit busy, you know, do a little bit of cleaning, move some things around, maybe mess with my scooter a little bit more. But I'm in the garage today because I promised you guys I wanted to do a Q&A video, and I think we're going to do in today's video, although I'm probably not going to cover all of it in the 231 comments that's on the community post. But I'm going to try to get through a handful of it just so that the video is not too long. But we'll get to that in just a little bit. I dropped the video of my trip to the ER, and I did go through the comments today to kind of, you know, interact with you guys and thank you guys for all the mad support. I know a lot of it has been saying things like changing your diet and, like, you know, don't be moving around too much and things like that. I kind of want to touch topic on that just a little bit, right? So on the back end of things, if you guys don't remember the last couple of videos, we've been talking about the back end of things. The back end of things is realistically, I've given up like sugar drinks for almost like 2 years now, and I've only been drinking water with water enhancer like this right here. I love the grape from the Crystal Light, right? This is like my favorite one, and I mainly just put that in my water, and I can drink water like I drink soda, or like how I used to drink soda. And I don't remember the last time I even drank anything sugary. Sometimes you guys see Celsius on the table, but Celsius is no sugar, and I don't drink it every day. But I don't drink anything sugar. I don't remember the last time I had boba drink, man. I'm kind of sad. I miss boba. Not the black balls in my mouth part, but Thai tea, man, the best. My diet has been changed a lot in the last couple of years because of this happening prior years before. And honestly, guys, I really don't eat out a lot. I really don't. I work at home. I stay at home most of the time. And even when I go out, I try to steer away from eating anything that can clog me up. So, you know, on the back end of things, my personal friends, they know this. I don't eat a lot. You know, obviously I eat at home, you know, traditional Cambodian food. If you guys know, you know. I don't even eat taco anymore. I rarely even use sriracha anymore. I can't eat anything spicy, to be honest with you. Hot Cheetos ruin my stomach. Like, my diet is not the greatest, but I don't like get shit-faced wasted when I eat, you know what I mean? Back in the days, I used to eat until, like, you know, I am stuffed. Now I just eat to make sure that gurgling goes away. But unfortunately, you know, this still happened, and maybe I just need to add in some more stricter diet. I really think it's just the things that I eat sometimes, you know what I mean? Like tacos, or realistically anything greasy. I'm working on it, guys. I know I've been telling myself this for years now, and, you know, New Year's resolution and things like that to lose weight, but this is a serious case where I'm hoping that once I am healed, my mindset will be a little bit more clearer and try to have a better lifestyle. We're working on it, guys, believe me. Heck, when I was in the hospital, I weighed in at about 284. When I came out, I was 265. Kind of crazy to say, man. They definitely threw me on the liquid diet for a cool minute, and the antibiotics is what kept me from being hungry. So I kind of want to just use that as the kickstart to a better lifestyle, right? Because I'm already here, 65. You know, I don't want to have to like elevate up and then fight to try to elevate back down. If I'm already here, let's just continue chopping it down. I don't take any of the comments like to the heart, guys. I'm at this point in my life where I don't make big deals out of little things, right? And especially because they're just internet comments. But criticism and things like that, people telling me to change my lifestyle, I read them, I get them, I understand them. You know, you can take it how you will, whether you take the advice or you don't. You know, it is what it is. But I'm at this point in my life that I also do know this. So thank you guys for the like awareness. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes your comments even help other people who read the comments as well too. So, you know, whatever you guys say, I don't take it the wrong way, you know. Sometimes I do, because some people just be out of pocket. Enough with that jibber jabber, guys. I want to go ahead and go through this comment section real quick and just find some nice questions to kind of answer with you guys. My computer literally went to sleep. That means I'm talking too much. And if you guys haven't already picked up, this is just another talking video. I'm gonna go ahead and sort this from newest, although it won't allow me to do this from the oldest, because I do want to get to the first person who left a comment, or, you know, a get well comment, rather than the newest one, and then I don't get to the first one in this video, but I'm gonna try my best to like scroll all the way up. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna scroll all the way down, 231 comments, and just start at the bottom because we already here. Look at this little dude. He's not so little anymore. Check it out. Not so little anymore. I want to ask you guys real quick before I get into these questions. I've had him for about 2 months now, and his ears are like scabby. I don't know how to type it in to figure out what these scabs are. Like on top of his head as well too, it's a little scabby, right? And like, I mean, I know it feels good for him when I rub him, right? He's purring like crazy right now, but these scabs, when I first got him, it was worse, but like, you know, it's not crazy right now, but I still feel the scabs on his head, on his nose a little bit, his ears mainly. But if you guys have cats and you guys know what this is, let me know. But little dude is living his life. Go ahead and run around. Yo, don't cross the street though. Starting at the very bottom here, K24 Insight Imposter, man, I see you are a regular, and as well in the live stream as well too when I did have FN Static Instagram. Hope you feel up to it, man. Cover some welding basics. So this is going to be something that if I want to do it, welding basics of what at least I know, because I'm not a professional, right? This would have to be like probably its own video because there's a lot to talk about. It is basic what I could tell you guys, but it'd be too much for this video already. So K24 Insight, might have to cover that a little bit later. Right here we have CX Chris 89. Hope you get better soon. I appreciate it. My question is, when doing a B swap on an 8091 chassis, will getting a shorter belt avoid bending the frame or knocking the frame in? Also need to look for a small pulley. I really don't want to hammer that part of the car. Yes, if you use a smaller belt. Now, you don't have to get a car specific belt. You can literally just take that same whatever rib belt that you have for the alternator on the B swap and go get a shorter version of it. You can't go too short because the alternator can only go forward, you know, a certain amount of length. But using a really snug, tight alternator belt and then tensioning it just a little bit will pull the pulley away enough from the frame that you don't have to bang the frame rail. We've actually done this on Billy's B20 swap wagon a couple of years ago. Actually did it twice using a shorter belt. So yeah, you can definitely use a shorter belt to steer away from banging your frame rail. I'm gonna go ahead and heart these just to know that I've already gone through them. Jeffers 957, get better bro, we will be waiting for updates. When is the mini truck build coming? Should I take you? I'm gonna take you guys to the backyard. I want to show you guys the truck. Okay, so if you guys don't remember, a couple of years ago we moved the truck from the side of the house to the backyard, and with folding the mirrors, opening up both gates, we were able to drive it to this spot. We drove it here because we couldn't get the car to turn on, so I had a gas jug sitting on the engine bay with a fuel pump, a Honda fuel pump, to power it to bring it here. And then once it got here, it kind of debeated the wheel. So I don't know if I can show you guys this, but the wheel debeated itself when it got to this spot. So if you look, there's no tire on here. And because of that, the car is so freaking low, and I moved this in the rain. I moved it in the rain, and the car kind of got buried in the mud. That's what happened. It got buried in the mud. I blew the side skirts apart trying to get in here because it's so damn low. So it's all cracked and broken right there. But in case you guys are wondering about the truck, still here. Still want to put it in motion. I just don't know when. I don't know, you know, what I want to do. I know what I want to do with it. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, if I'm being dead ass with you guys. But Mazda pickup truck, still here. If you guys are new to the channel, I've been promising for too many years that I was gonna bring this back, but the only thing I ever did with it was move it right here. I'll put a video on the top right here for you guys for when we did get it up and running after sitting for like a decade. So now this is just like not, you know, a permanent resting spot, but it's just a resting spot for it to be away from the public eye because it doesn't run or we don't do anything with it. So pickup truck, when is it coming back? Guys, honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. I really got to talk to my uncle and figure out what the whole gist is with it. I know a year or so ago he talked about selling the truck, and when I heard that, kind of wanted to throw him an offer, but he's not sure either because he's tossed that idea around a couple of times now. But anyways, truck's still here. I don't know when I'm bringing it back to the driveway, and even if I did bring it back to the driveway, guys, all the other cars has to be done. Why? Because this would be a long-term project, and before I do anything with it as far as like swaps and stuff, I want to get it back to its glory days. It still runs, it still turns on, it's a 5-speed. I just want to do the maintenance to it, get it up and going, do all the body work, paint it, get it back to its glory. Then, you know, if it comes under my name for the title, definitely want to swap it with something. But that's just the idea. On to the next question, guys. This right here is definitely an OG subscriber, SR619 Local. I remember the video way back when you were in the garage waiting for the mail truck, looking out the garage window for the parts you ordered. This was when I was sitting right here in the garage, standing over the garage door. I used to have windows on here before we swapped it, and I was waiting for the delivery guy to show up with my brand new piston and rod for my LS VTEC build I did for my EF sedan back in the day. That was a long time ago. That was like 2012, 11, 12, around there. Thank you for the support, SR619, man. That's definitely some, you know, some day one stuff right there. Fackler 91. When you doing the single cam build and talk about what you want to do with it, period. I believe it's a question. When are you going to do the single cam build and talk about what you're going to do with it? That, I'm pretty sure I covered it. I think I covered what I was going to do with the single cam build, but I'll touch bases on it just a little bit more. This D15B7 single cam long block that's sitting on the stand right here, I'm going to be doing an OEM rebuild. If you guys remember, I got some ball hones. They sent me the wrong one. They sent me a 400 grit, then they sent me an 800 grit. I returned both of it yesterday, and I ordered a 240 because I can't seem to find the 180, which is what I prefer to break in the rings faster. This D15B7 long block is going to get an OE rebuild, OE bottom end rebuild, OE cylinder head rebuild, and have it a 0-mount engine just sitting there waiting for a car that needs a replacement. What I'm going to be doing with a single cam full build is I have a D16 Z6 head sitting in the back over there. Shout out to the homie Gabriel. I'm looking for a D16 Z6 short block that I'm going to be doing a piston rod setup into. And with that cylinder head, we're probably going to do a cam. We're probably going to do a light port. We're probably going to do full valve train. And we're going to build it for a boost to make like 3 or 350. And I'm not sure when I'm going to dive into that build. I think it really comes down to, let me complete the B7 to get myself familiarized with the single cam, then try to score a Z6 block and start tearing that apart. And then the money comes with, you know, buying piston rod bearings and all the other shenanigans to put it all together. Definitely want to build it before whatever car I want to put it into comes here. So single cam build, definitely something probably for 2026. But OEM rebuild B7 and fully built D16 Z6 boost all-wheel drive. If you guys remember the single cam transmission we got from the homie Blanco, that's what we're going to be doing with the single cam build once it starts commencing here on the channel. Get the stickers going again. Get the stickers going again. Now, I know I've been slacking on the merch, and I did do a couple of runs on stickers, and Chad Sloan said to get some stickers going. I think the only stickers I have left are these guys right here, which I take everywhere with me when I'm on road trips, are these guys. So these are my Mail Edition EF Sedan stickers right here. Pretty cool. These were a limited run that I did for the Honda meet earlier this year. I sold a gang of them, still got a gang of them, and I kind of forgot about it, honestly, until I read this comment. But I have all these stickers left. I don't know, it's probably 60 or 70 stickers still left in here. And then along with that one, I have the Que Honda homie Leo sticker. I still have these stickers right here. I still got about, I think these are a pack of 50. So I do have stickers. They're just not listed anywhere. I know you guys probably want to cop some, so let me figure something out with that. Keep chopping off my head here, so let me point the camera up just a little bit higher for you guys. Sam D23325. As for a question, I recently got a manual steering rack from Max Penrod from a 93 EG hatch. Do I need to change my subframe as my bushing bottom hole isn't lining up? Okay, so a couple of things here. They do differ a little bit between a power steering rack versus a non-power steering rack, so like a manual rack. So if you have one or the other on, you know, the subframe, like if you have a manual rack but you bought a power steering rack, the mounting are going to be different. Vice versa, again, if you have like a power steering rack but you have a manual rack on it, mounting points are also different. I think mounting points are the same, but the thickness of the rack is different. But if your holes don't line up, it might just be a Max Penrod rack situation, to be honest with you. I don't know. I've never ran it, never bought it. Hopefully you found a solution. Honda Gamer 79, how can I send you something? If you guys want to send me anything to the P.O. Box, on every single big video drops Monday, Wednesday, Friday, my P.O. Box is in the description. It's like the first thing that's in the description if you guys want to send anything over. I know most of the time you don't really see the description until you hit the little down arrow to drop down the whole menu, but it's always in the description in every single video. All the links to anybody that I affiliate with and all the companies that work with me with discount code and the P.O. Box is always in the description below. Frontera Ally or Ally, hope you are doing well, my goat. My question is, how much horsepower can a K24NA with a 4-piston oil pump ERP head studs and stage 4 drag curtail cams make? It's going to my EP3. There's a lot of variables to this, right? I'm not sure how well the stage 4 drag curtail cams will work with the stock compression ratio of the 24 bottom end. It doesn't list that, you know, there's any pistons or higher comp in the block, but I know simply a stock block with a head package of some sort of cams can make anywhere between like 240 to 280 on at least E85, or unless your area has 93, but you can kind of gauge somewhere around there, and that's going to be again based off like full bolt-ons, the aggression of the tune, the aggression of the tune, how aggressive the tune is from your tuner, so many different variables. But I can already tell you stock block with the pump and the cartel cams, you're going to definitely see, assuming that you're going to run 93 or E85 plus, you should be seeing at least 250 plus. From experience, from my friends who have similar setups, you can see some pretty good numbers with those cams. GK323, first and only question that you need to answer. Is it really no Diddy? Yes. It's really no Diddy here. On a side note, I am still using the G7X, guys. Let me know in the comments below how the quality is. I already dropped the first video 2 uploads ago for you guys using the G7X, and I just did the edit and uploaded it, but I didn't watch it back, so I didn't really see the quality on the YouTube side. It looked good on the editing program, but I haven't seen it on the YouTube side. Dread Nebula, I hope you have a speedy recovery, my guy. I read a few people say the same, but I think a welding video would benefit a lot of newer people getting into doing their own builds, like settings, tips, tricks, past experience with learning, and the skills that you can pass down to the next Honda head. Again, if I did a welding, like, you know, well, all I know, it'd probably be its own video, but definitely we'll keep that in mind. I don't want to chop up your name here, but Decoya UB786 F-Series build, not my forte, if I'm being dead ass. If you guys want to watch F-Series build, follow the homie from Driven Film Photography, man. He covers a lot of H and F-Series build, bro. Go check him out. Shane Senki, glad to hear you're doing all right. Would sure miss your content if you left. My question, what did you use for your awning off the front of your garage? Like to replicate it. Okay, so this carport canopy slash awning, you guys want to call it, it's literally DIY. I don't know if you guys have a flea market around y'all, but me and my dad, we went to the flea market. We bought, I believe these are 1-inch round tubing, like canopy tubings, and bought a bunch of joints depending on how big you're trying to go and what supporting points you want to attach. Let me take you guys outside. Get some light up here for y'all real quick, right? Or maybe not too much, but anyways, 1-inch tubing, right? We have like a T-joint for 4, so we got a cross right in the middle. We have a supporting leg over there, one over here, and these are all staked into the floor. That one is, I think it's held down by a 5-gallon bucket. Yeah, so it has a 5-gallon bucket, and then these corners are drilled and tied into the garage wall here, right? So this is a 20 by 10, and we're just using heavy duty tarp. Used to buy these from Walmart, then they started locking it up because the homeless people used to take them. But I get them from Amazon. You can get it from like a tarp store, or not a tarp store, but like a tent store. They have some really, you know, durable ones. But just using some Amazon 6-inch ball tie, and you know, build it to the length of whatever size tarp you can get that fits your specification. So this is 10 by 20 because I wanted to go all the way across to be able to work under here when it rains, when it doesn't snow, because we don't get snow, when it's hot as hell or when it's cold as hell. I'm still able to work here without freezing my butt off as if I was working out in open over there. So just DIY, something that me and my dad put together. You know, I'm pretty sure, you know, canopy tent shops have these poles as well too, but you can even get the ones from like Harbor Freight, which is also 10 by 20. But you know, for the most part, me and my dad built it. Very, very clutch for, you know, those shifts and weathers to work on cars while still being outside, because obviously we don't work on cars in the garage. Keefy Boy 4601, what happens to Taiga's blue CRV? First and foremost, Taiga had the black CRV. The homie's son had the blue GSR Turbo CRV. So what happened with it? After we case swapped it back in 2020, Taiga CRV, I think we were getting it ready to tune the car, and then that was kind of about the time where the whole B2D group split. I'm talking about everybody split. And as far as I've heard, like going months into the rest of the year, he sold the car to somebody who did some weird shit, and since that person, I don't know what happened to the car. It disappeared. I haven't heard from it since. I don't know if it got parted out. I don't know if it's still within the bay, but the last I seen it, running driving car on Regas, K24A2 EP3 trans, went to the hands of somebody else, and then it disappeared after that. That's all I know. I don't know what happened to that after. So Skinny Vinny 2070, he says, I would love, and I mean love, a simple video on putting a GSR or B series back together to go in a car. Basically all the coolant lines, intake lines, vacuum lines. And the thing about me doing something specifically like that is that I don't have a car to do something specifically like that. You know what I mean? There hasn't been a car that came in where it was like a B swap out to another B swap. Well, technically there was, but it's not like every factory vacuum lines, intake lines. The one that I've done has been like EKs with a B swap that went from a B20 to a B16 or vice versa. But I don't have a car to do these two specific of a video for you guys where you want me to pull out a B just to put in another B, and then put in all the factory vacuum lines, intake lines, coolant lines, and show you all those little tidy stuff. But when I do get them, I do try to be, you know, specific to it, showing you guys how to put it back together. Just have not come across one as of late that would need, you know, a B swap back to a B swap. Sorry. This name right here, Sam3445. Keep doing you, Dana. The Q&A will be sick videos. Here's a question for you. What would be a better engine, a Gallo 12 or a Gallo 24? Seriously, the B20V boosted or K24 supercharged? First of all, two different price ranges between the B20V boosted and K24 supercharged, but boosted B20V won't make a lot of power and last a long time unless you're here for a good time, and the K24 can take the abuse of the supercharger. So price point and longevity wise, K24 supercharged probably, but I've had a fair share of B20V turbo, and that has been really fun as well too. On the budget side of things, B20V turbo. On the, you know, pocket don't matter, K24 supercharged if you could. Got this username right here, U6G. Glad to hear you're doing the best. One question for you: what was the best built car on the pad? Now, I don't want to like compare all my cars, because like I built literally all my cars, even though some cars are purpose built, some cars are personal built, and some cars are like F around cars that I've built. But I'd probably say, if I was to give you an answer to this question, it would probably be the 88 HF CRX that's sitting in the storage unit, the white one. H2B, all-wheel drive, turbo, supplied by Nomis, S1 built, KONIG. I did all the work to the car, and the reason why I say this is because I built that car in a shorter span of time, and turned out to be one of the cleanest cars in my fleet. Now, I know it seems like it's been 3 or 4 years, but if I was to put it in time term, I probably built that car the cleanest, the quickest. And it's now a fully running, registered, driving car that sits in the storage unit waiting for its day to shine, to make its way to the new owner, whoever it may be. Trust me, guys, it's still happening. Dark Dexter 123, can we have a discussion on the EF cable to hydro kit and just swapping a hydro transmission into an EF in general, or if the kit with the utilizing the cable to slave cylinder doohickey is worth it? Look, I don't know if I want to start this discussion in this video, because I think it's already like we're kind of racking up the minutes here, but I've done it so many different ways. I've ran the Hush kit, which works. I had a friend's car who also has it that doesn't work really well. I've done mainly, if you follow all the builds on my channel, I mainly have built all my own DIY kits, and they all work flawlessly, right? Save me a lot of money, works just as good. I've done where I still utilize a clutch cable on a hydro transmission using the Hasport actuator, front wheel drive, and also all-wheel drive in my red CRX, and till this day my red CRX is still on the clutch cable. And we just found my red CRX on Facebook out of Las Vegas, Nevada, where I sold it to the owner, and it's back in the market. It's good to see the car is still up and about, kind of beat up, but it's still there. It's good to lay eyes on the car that I put together, and it's almost practically the same aside from the turbo kit changing. But anyways, not to get off topic, and I've also done it where I had the Hush Performance hydro conversion installed in a CRX that was slave driven on a cable transmission. I had a cable J1 B16 transmission with the hydro conversion using the slave and adapter plate to actuate it with the hydro fluids. So I've had all of those function work perfectly fine. I've no lift shifted all of those setups perfectly fine. So I guess it really comes down to your preference, like how much you want to spend on a kit, the work intensive part of it, like, you know, being able to build your own kit or just installing a kit that's already made. So I guess not really much of a discussion. I've had success whichever choice between the three that you've mentioned. So this one right here, Isaac OT1Z, honestly would love to see like a car specific video where you talk about a build, such as what you liked about the car or what you wish you did instead of if you didn't. Maybe just film yourself talking with highlight clips of old videos and such. Dude, that would be... If you guys are OGs, if you guys are OGs, you guys will know this video I'm talking about. My EF sedan, I think it was like 1 or 2 cars I've had on the channel, like before the wagon. I'm talking about back in the days. I used to do a monthly walkthrough on my cars and the changes and things that have shifted in the month from the previous update. And I did that into a point where, you know, I didn't do YouTube full time then. I just want to update my YouTube channel while working a regular job. So let me know what you guys think. If you want to see me do a one car specific video, talk about like the beginning to its present day and the do's and don'ts, the likes and dislikes of the car. Sounds like a cool video to do. Just kind of walk and talk about the car and throw in some old clips and pictures maybe. So leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys want to see something like that. MV5. He says, just film whatever right now, POV and rest up. When you say POV, we're talking about like point of view, so me out. I can't really drive right now to do POVs because of, you know, sitting down, bouncing around. My stiff car is no ditty, and the tubes is on my side. I don't know if I can do POV driving right now as much as I want to, although it's actually been raining for about a week and a half now, so can't really do that right now. Sounds cool though. I know everybody loves POVs. Justin Schaefer 6927, you got your BFF right beside you, bro. This is the picture with me and Tinkerbell. That's awesome. Cats are man's best friends. I think I know because I've got 9 of them and they run around the shop all day, and I love having them here, and they also go home with me. That's freaking awesome, man. Very fortunate to be here in the garage because I let them out, and then when I know it's time to close, they all come running back in. So that's pretty cool, man. I love my cats, man. I grew up day one. I've had a cat since day one, and till this day I still got cats. Black Sheep with another welding tip video. We'll consider it for sure. Juicy Smooye. Juicy Smooye. This username Juicy Smooye. If you're okay editing, a compilation of your favorite yard finds would be fun to watch. I don't know anything about Hondas, but I'm always finding interesting when you find the rarest armrest or head unit panel that I wouldn't even think about. I actually did a video on that. It was like my best junkyard score video, and it was clipped like in the span of like maybe 8 years of all the best scores I've ever had from the yard. So I'll be sure to try to throw it over here in the annotation as well too. Jason Bo 9142, hope you get better soon. Love your videos. I would love you to do a Honda Fit K-swap. Honda Fit K-swap. You can definitely go check out the homie Mark Honda Street Garage. He did a to Z video on how to K-swap your Honda Fit. The thing about these specific videos you guys are asking me to do is require me to get the car to do it. Almost highly unlikely. The chances of it are going to be very slim. But Mark from Honda Street Garage definitely do have a nice thorough video if you want to go check it out. So this question right here from YLG Boss, what made you want to do builds on YouTube? So if you guys are OGs, you guys might remember me from the Honda Tech days. I was also on other forums as well too, G2IC and, you know, second gen and things like that, NWP. I was always on the forums, and I would always upload photos to like Photo Bucket to update my build threads, right? And I've gotten to the point where I had like 4 Photo Buckets account, and when the website was down, or if you missed one character in the link, the photo won't pop up anymore. So I got tired of uploading so much pictures, because I'm very thorough, you know, with what I do and what I share, just like all my videos that I make for you guys. Uploading like a day's worth of work of photos onto my computer, Photo Bucket, into the build thread, probably be like 50 photos a night. That's a lot. So then I leaned over to YouTube back in 2007 or 8. I just made videos instead. I kind of just collaged a bunch of whatever clip I put together to drop one link, one video into the build thread instead of 50 plus photos. Then, you know, second, third party websites. That's when I started documenting my builds on videos here on the channel. Hopefully that makes sense. So right now, guys, my memory card just told me it was full, so I had to delete a bunch of files to now probably cap out this video. I literally just went through over 100 comments and a handful of questions. There are still a gang more to go through, so probably expect another Q&A video just to kind of finish off this list, because I don't want to leave anybody behind. And you guys will know if you commented on this post, I left a heart interaction to let you know that I've seen it. So I appreciate 230 plus of you guys, but we're going to go through this other half probably tomorrow, but as far as the video go, we're gonna close it out right here. I do have this package right here that I mentioned earlier in this video, and this is the one from Drag Cartel. Very fast shipping. I mean, Southern California to Northern California shouldn't take that long, but came through pretty quick. And I'm gonna open it up with you guys to show you this before I ship the entire shebang out to the homie Chris Built to get my motor all finished up, so we can get it back by the end of November. So be sure to cut away from yourself and not towards yourself. I just changed the blade on this thing, and it's sharp. So first and foremost, what I ordered from Drag Cartel is their modified crank timing gear right here. You guys can see that little slit. That right there is for the new keyway right there, to kind of help the little dowel pin that's on the back side of the OEM gear. Right here, that little dowel pin tends to shear off when you start making a ton of power. So you get one of these guys to be able to run a keyway, to have that extra support in the front, right? And if you guys remember, I did try to modify this one here. It did work, but my problem was I cracked it on the top, which actually is not even supposed to be there. So this was supposed to be cut out all the way anyways. I thought it was supposed to have a lip on it. So when it cracked, I was like, all right, well, that's trash. But now after looking at this one, it actually also doesn't even have the top part of it either, right? So technically, this one could work. But I also noticed that the cut does not go all the way through like how I did mine. So if you guys look, mine goes all the way through. So that is the reason why I did this second one right here, right? So 1 and 2. And I did the same thing. I cut the way the Drag Cartel kit is, right? I cut just that top part, and then I got carried away because I was trying to make it nice and smooth. I cut it bigger. So when I cut it bigger, I was like, you know what, I can just weld it. So I welded it, and then yeah, I kind of warped it all. So trash, kind of trash. Got a Drag Cartel unit right here, so this is ready to rock and roll with the Dela Cruz cam trigger right here, the 24-2. So this is going to go together. Shout out to Drag Cartel because they also gave me whatever this is. What is this? Oh, nice little work pad for your workbench. That's freaking awesome. Drag Cartel sticker right here. And they also hooked it up with some candies. So that's freaking cool of them right there. Twix and Almond Joy. These are the ones that I like. And also a little, you know, happy holidays note with another sticker. Drag Cartel, big shout out, thank you guys so much. Definitely gonna get this all ready to ship out to the homie Chris here soon, but we're gonna wrap it up for this video, man. My battery is blinking red. I'm not even capping with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A video. If you guys did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you guys want to stick around for more Q&A and other topic specific videos like the welding tips and trick, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.